स्वागतम् शत स्वागतम्।
आज तो अपने हर्ष का मिलता कहीं ना अंत है। आज तो अपने हर्ष का मिलता कहीं ना अंत है। आगमन से आपके आनंद ही आनंद है। आगमन से आपके आनंद ही आनंद है। शुभ स्वागतम्
स्वागतम्
शत स्वागतम्
स्वागतम्
शुभ स्वागतम्
स्वागतम्
शत स्वागतम्।
स्वागतम्।
मंदिर सजता मूरत से और अंबर जैसे तारों से। भारत माँ का सजा है आंगन परम पिता के प्यारों से।
मंदिर सजता मूरत से और अंबर जैसे तारों से। भारत माँ का सजा है आंगन परम पिता के प्यारों से।
स्वागत और सत्कार का मौसम। स्वागत और सत्कार का मौसम महका चिर बसंत है।
आगमन से आपके आनंद ही आनंद है।
शुभ स्वागतम्
शुभ स्वागतम्
शत स्वागतम्
शत स्वागतम्
शुभ स्वागतम्
शुभ स्वागतम्
शत स्वागतम्।
शत स्वागतम्।
आशाओं के दीप जले हैं, विश्वासों में हिले मिले। सुमन सफलता के खिलेंगे, साथ हमारे आप चले।
आशाओं के दीप जले हैं, विश्वासों में हिले मिले। सुमन सफलता के खिलेंगे, साथ हमारे आप चले। नया नहीं ये बहुत पुराना, नया नहीं ये बहुत पुराना अपनों का संबंध है।
आगमन से आपके आनंद ही आनंद है।
शुभ स्वागतम्
शुभ स्वागतम्
शत स्वागतम्
शत स्वागतम्
शुभ स्वागतम्
शुभ स्वागतम्
शत स्वागतम्।
शत स्वागतम्।
स्वर्णिम युग धरती पे सजाना हम सबका संकल्प है। राजयोग से ही होना अब जग का कायाकल्प है।
स्वर
guidance program on holistic IVF and IUI, scientific and spiritual approach, golden steps for successful IVF and IUI, daily online live sessions by expert medical doctors and spiritual teachers on decoding journey of IVF, tips for successful IVF, stress management, emotional well-being, fertility boosting diet, exercise and pranayam, counseling, meditation, sleep management, art therapy, music therapy, instrumental music meditation, value stories, Gita Gyan and scriptures, Ayurvedic and naturopathy detoxification, Garbhadhan. Meet us virtually from Monday to Saturday between 8 to 9 pm and Sunday between 11 am to 12 pm. Live on Zoom and YouTube channel Holistic IVF. Zoom meeting ID 919-519-84746. Password Happiness. For more details, call us on 9158 927 937 or 98206 16509 or 9833 801 570. You can mail us on holisticivf@gmail.com. Visit us on www.divinegarbhasanskar.in. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Holistic IVF.
Welcome to National Launching of Holistic IVF, Scientific and Spiritual Approach, Holistic Care, the Golden Approach for Successful IVF and IUI at ISAR 2023 Bhopal, 27th Annual Conference of Indian Society for Assisted Reproduction, Ravindra Bhavan, Bhopal, on 4th February 2023. Chief guest, Brahma Kumaris Sister Shivani. Guest of honor, Dr. Rishikesh Pai, President Foxy, Dr. Nandita Palshetkar, President ISAR. Internationally renowned motivational speaker, BK Sister Shivani shall enlighten on healing the healers and recreating healthy, happy, golden world. Role of IVF experts on the 4th February 2023. Holistic IVF and IUI, a public initiative by Foxy, ISAR, Medical Wing Brahma Kumaris, and DSRF. For further correspondence, contact BK Dr. Shubdaniyal. Welcome to National Launching of Holistic IVF, Scientific and Spiritual Approach, Holistic Care, the Golden Approach for Successful IVF and IUI at ISAR 2023.
शुभ स्वागतम
स्वागतम
शत स्वागतम
स्वागतम
शुभ स्वागतम
स्वागतम
शत स्वागतम
स्वागतम शुभ स्वागतम शत स्वागतम शुभ स्वागतम शत स्वागतम
आज तो अपने हर्ष का मिलता कहीं ना अंत है। आज तो अपने हर्ष का मिलता कहीं ना अंत है। आगमन से आपके आनंद ही आनंद है। आगमन से आपके आनंद ही आनंद है। शुभ स्वागतम
स्वागतम
शत स्वागतम
स्वागतम
शुभ स्वागतम
स्वागतम
शत स्वागतम
स्वागतम
मंदिर सजता मूरत से और अंबर जैसे तारों से भारत माँ का सजा है आंगन परम पिता के प्यारों से
मंदिर सजता मूरत से
Good morning, Om Shanti, and welcome Sister Shivani to our session today. Kindly be seated. Myself, Dr. Akanksha, and Dr. Swati, MOCs for today's session on the topic Healing the Healers by BK Sister Shivani. And before starting, I would like to call upon Dr. Nandita Palshetkar, President ISAR on the dais, to give her views on holistic IVF and IUI project. I welcome Dr. Rishikesh Pai on the dais. He's the FOXY President. Dr. Narendra Malhotra, sir. Welcome, sir. Dr. Monica, ma'am, Organizing Secretary, sir.
We would like to invite Dr. P.C. Mahapatra also on the dais.
Dr. Jaydeep Malhotra, ma'am. Welcome on the dais.
I would also like to welcome Arnita Didi from the center on the dais. Didi. We would also like to invite our convener of our project, Swami Bhai, on the stage, Dr. E.V. Swaminath. Nandita ma'am, you're welcome to.
Om Shanti. I think it's such a fantastic and I'm honored by your presence, Shivani Didi. It's really wonderful that we have her here. We as IVF specialists, we are all looking at ways in which we can help our patients. And over the last decade, we have used technology, fantastic technology. We have come up to there 40, 50% pregnancy rates that we're getting. It's fabulous. But along with it, there has been something that is impeding us, that is coming in the way. And there are a lot of factors. And I think somewhere down the route, somewhere down the line, we have realized that something that was our culture, that was Indian, that is there in our hearts, which our forefathers believed in, the spirituality. Spirituality, I think, is something that calms your mind. It kind of cleanses your mind, it connects your mind. And in fact, I've been reading a lot of articles scientifically. In fact, Shivani Didi, one thing that I admire about her is that it is all scientific what she talks. That is something that I admire about her. And we have realized as scientists, as people who believe in evidence, there is so much evidence coming out now that stress is is one of the major factors, and it affects a lot of factors. In fact, I'll be talking about it today. And that is when I think I must give credit to the Brahma Kumaris, and especially our dear friend Shubha. I think Shubha has been, introduced to the Brahma Kumaris by Jaideep. Thank you, Jaideep, for introducing this thing. And Rishikesh was actually responsible during my Foxy year. I remember Shubha had come to meet me, and Rishikesh was sitting there, and he said, Nandita, I think it's important that we connect spirituality with our science. And that time, I think it was that doctors are getting stressed. We need to de-stress. So I don't want to talk too much because I want Shivani Didi to talk. But what we are launching today, and I want all of you all to know, is that holistic IVF and IUI. It's a scientific and a spiritual approach which we can offer our patients. It's an online program totally. It's conducted in the morning. It's conducted 8 to 9 in the evening. You can see the stress I'm under. I think we doctors need to be more de-stressed. Too many things happening. But it's conducted in the evening, and there are 10 to 15 IVF people also talking about the science. And we have the Brahma Kumaris talking about the spirituality, the de-stressing, the calming of the mind. I think it's very important. And that amalgamation of both of us together will really help our patients, and we will probably bridge that gap which is there to get us a better success rate, to get us better pregnancy. And not only that, I believe a better future generation, because whatever the mother does will impact the life of the future generation. So thank you very much. And I'm very happy. Thank you for coming here early in the morning. I think it's amazing that all of you all are here. And I'm very, very happy that Foxy is collaborating with ESAR. We are very lucky this year, both the presidents are IVF people. So this project got an impetus because we both believe in it. And I think, thank you, Rishikesh, for joining hands with ESAR. And um, Shivani Didi, thank you so much for blessing us and giving us that, that support which is needed for our IVF. And let's work together, friends, and get better success rates in our practice. Thank you. Thank you.
Much, ma'am, for your beautiful views. And now I would like to call upon Dr. Shubha Neel to tell the objectives of Holistic IUI and IVF project.
Om Shanti. A very warm and graceful morning to all the esteemed dignitaries on the dais and my fellow healers. It is said that the rising sun is a symbol of hope. Today, in the wee hours of the day, we have gathered here for a purpose. The purpose of healing ourselves, that doctors, and to heal so as to heal our patients better. The purpose of empowering the patients holistically. The purpose of not only making the parenthood possible, but also making a divine journey. It gives me an immense pleasure to share the objective of the Holistic IVF and IUI project, which is a joint collaboration of the Foxy, ISAR, and Brahma Kumaris. So today we are going to launch this officially, Foxy, ISAR, Brahma Kumaris initiative. So friends, infertility affects the millions of people of the reproductive age worldwide, and it has an impact on their families and the communities. Estimates suggest that between 48 million couple and 186 million individuals live with the infertility globally. And as you all know, success rate of IUI is just 15 to 20%, and the success rate of IVF is just 30 to 35%. So success rate maybe globally is around 40% in the young woman. So what steps can be taken to increase the chances of success? So along with the factors such as the lifestyle and the emotional status, our thoughts have the profound impact on the body. Needless to say, it has an impact on the egg, the sperm quality, and it does affect the receptivity of the uterus too. A holistic intervention should therefore include below factors: the quality of thought, lifestyle, diet, sleep, the quality of sleep, music, exercise, and approach towards the life, stable or stress. So center of all the emotions is located in the limbic system. Here the emotions are decoded biochemically and labeled as pleasant or unpleasant. Emotions are received by the hypothalamus, which then act on the pituitary. This causes the discharge of hormones, hormones of stress or hormones of happiness into the bloodstream. Every emotion triggers the hormonal secretions without the knowledge of rational brain. Joy and happiness floods you with the wave of endorphins, while the worries, the tension, floods you with the stress hormones. The intense and the repeated feeling of jealousy, despair, fear, hatred causes not just the psychological suffering, but also harms the organs within our body. We all know that because we know the psychosomatic illnesses are 80 to 85%. And the immune system does not get rid of this influence. So the intensity of emotion impacts our physical health. So we all know the hypothalamus-pituitary adrenal axis activated by the stress, and it exerts the inhibitory effect on the female reproductive system, that is the egg and the receptivity of the uterus. We all know that. So friends, the effects of negative thoughts, thoughts of worry, distress, anger, fear, ego, anxiety, revenge. Friends, the thoughts are not just the vibrations in the air. They are very well defined electrochemical events. Thoughts are converted into matter. It's converted into neuropeptide, and it acts on the 50 to 60 trillion cells of the body. The sympathetic dominance increases the stress hormone, and as we have already seen, it exerts the inhibitory effect on the female reproductive system. So what can be done? So we can convert the negative thought into the positive thought, like thought of peace, love, happiness, bliss, purity, and it will have the parasympathetic dominance with decreased stress hormone and the positive effect on the female reproductive system. And these all the thoughts will ultimately will energize the organ system in the body, because each value has correlation with the organ system. So the thought of peace will energize the respiratory system, the thought of power will energize the muscles and bones, thought of purity will energize the reproductive system in our body. So does that mean that only the thoughts are significant parameter? Definitely not. The diet, the quality of sleep, it is not only the hours of sleep, but the quality of sleep, music, exercise, and the surrounding has a significant impact as well. And many studies have proven that the traditional balanced plant-based diet balances the endocrine system, which ultimately affects the treatment outcome. Sleep affects almost every tissue in our body. It affects the growth and the stress hormone or the immune system, appetite, breathing, blood pressure. Music has a profound effect. We all know the exercise can improve the fertility and the ART outcome. So keeping all this in mind, the holistic approach was designed, as Dr. Nandita has already shared. It is the Foxy and ISAR Brahma Kumaris initiative. When incorporated, the holistic approach, when incorporated with conventional IVF treatment or IUI treatment, can provide much better results than the conventional clinical methods alone. And that's why this project is designed by both ISAR and Foxy President. So it's an official launching of this project today. And what Madam has already said, it is a free expert guidance program wherein the IVF expert and the spiritual expert come together on this platform, and we share this knowledge to the patient. So it's a public awareness program which is conducted daily evening 8 to 9 p.m. It's live on Zoom as well as live on the YouTube. And we have created WhatsApp group, website, everything is already there. And we have made it very simple. This poster we can display in our OPD, and we have to just guide our patients. We have created in the even WhatsApp group wherein just they have to scan this QR code. They will get connected with the WhatsApp group, and they will get the daily link of the program. And even we have created the WhatsApp group for the doctors, wherein we can share all these resource material to the whatever is created for the patient. And we have already created even the guide for these couples it's a guide for creating miracles through science and spirituality. The science and spirituality has to go in hand. So unlocking your dreams of parenthood. So it is designed by doctors, life coaches, psychologists, and spiritual experts. And in that guide, we have given, the affirmations. These are the positive thinking, thoughts at every step. If you are talking about the quality of egg, we are talking about the quality of the embryo, we are talking about the receptivity of the uterus, then as we think, we become. So that effect will have the positive impact on the patient's outcome. So all this is already designed. We have designed these in multiple languages. These are the affirmations which are shared with the patient. The affirmations, we have created beautiful videos which are there on the YouTube channel, Holistic IVF and IUI YouTube channel. The videos for the meditations is already created. So we have to just guide our patients, and the upcoming events, as Dr. Nandita is planning in her tenure and Dr. Rishikesh Bhai, we are planning online sessions, not only empowering the doctors, IVF expert, but it is the teamwork. So we need to empower our embryologists, nurses, coordinators, the center floor managers, whoever is working in that IVF unit. We are planning in the pipeline 2 days residential program for the IVF experts, which is we have the Om Shanti Retreat Center at Delhi. So there somewhere we are planning in the October, November. And same time we need to plan even the offline sessions for the IVF expert team and for the patient. So friends, the holistic approach is not only increase the success rate of IVF and IUI, but also lays the foundation for healthy and divine children full of virtues like love, peace, and happiness, thus contributing towards making the world healthy, wealthy, and happy forever. And in fact, when Didi was saying, and doctors need to experience themselves first, they need to experience the peace, they need to distress themselves. So we have kept, 2 days get together at our center. It's in, nearby only Sukshanti Retreat Center, Brahma Kumaris Retreat Center. Today in the evening, 7 to 8, those who are interested, those who can come, definitely you people should come and experience that peace. So today and tomorrow morning, 7 to 8 in the morning, and today evening, 7 to 8, we have kept that get together. So the objectives are to increase the chances of IVF and IUI through a holistic approach by integrating science and spirituality, to empower IVF and IUI patients physically, emotionally, and mentally by counseling other therapeutic and by counseling and by the other therapeutic approaches, to contribute towards making the world healthy, happy, by laying the foundation of divine children and joyous family. So thank you one and all. And for our end, I would take this opportunity to thank Dr. Rishikesh Pai, President Foxy, Dr. Nandita Palshetkar, President ISAR, for their support, encouragement, and collaboration of this project, Foxy and ISAR collaboration with Brahma Kumaris. And I would like to ask all the dignitaries to launch this project off.
युग धरती पे सजाना हम सबका संकल्प है। राजयोग से ही होना अब जग का कायाकल्प है।
स्वर्णिम युग धरती पे सजाना हम सबका संकल्प है। राजयोग से ही होना अब जग का कायाकल्प है।
तभी तो परिवर्तन का नारा, तभी तो परिवर्तन का नारा हमने किया बुलंद है।
आगमन से आपके आनंद ही आनंद है।
आज तो अपने हर्ष का मिलता कहीं न अंत है। आगमन से आपके आनंद ही आनंद।
Thank you so much for telling us about the project. Now I would like to call upon Dr. Rishikesh Pai, President Foxy, to give his views regarding the project.
Good morning, everybody. I don't want to say too many things. We want to listen to Sister Shivani, actually. And, there are a lot of dignitaries on the dais. I'll not take the name, but 4 Foxy presidents are there. So I'm very happy. And I think most of them are 4 ISAR presidents. 5 Foxy presidents are there, and 4 of them are ISAR presidents also. And the 5th one maybe also we can call him honorary ISAR president. Because anyway, so my contact with Brahma Kumaris is from my father. He was director of family planning in 1970s. I was a small kid and gone to Mount Abu, and also that's a long-term contact. And talking about spirituality, I started IVF in 91. So used to go in the net and I used to answer all patients. And one patient from US about in 93, he communicated with me and said, I'm going to Himalayas for a spiritual treatment. I don't want to come to India for actual IVF. So that's how I realized that there is something, and that was a competitive. They said that you don't need to do IVF. By spirituality, you will get the child. And in fact, Reena is sitting in the audience. So there's a big, I'll not take the name of the chain. There was a big chain in UK which used to promote themselves that we'll give you the baby without IVF. Okay, ultimately that chain started IVF centers also. So what I'm trying to tell you is nothing in life is exclusive. It is complementary. We are part of the whole. That is, Sister Shivani, that is my philosophy this year of when I became Foxy president, because I've been in the federation for 35 years. I've seen everything about the federation, all about my people. There are now 39,500 Foxy members. And what I feel and what is the problem in this country is integration is not there. And that's why मैंने जो slogan बनाया, मेरा slogan था बदलाव, change, and I defined it by 3 words: integration, एकीकरण. Second word I said equity. We must have समानता. गरीब लोग बहुत ज़्यादा हैं. 1 billion people are poor. 300 million are like us. We are very happy people. And the third part I said utilizing technology, तकनीकी, utilizing technology to implement integration. Integration is what? Everything. Right from womb to, we can't say womb to tomb, that's negative. Womb to wellness. Right from preconception, जयदीप ने गर्भ संस्कार लॉन्च किया, then respectful maternal care, vaccination, adult vaccination program, then we come to the family planning program, mental health, cancer screening, well-being, midlife, menopause. Integrate. When you talk to the patient, touch him. And that's why I created this new cartoon, which I'll give to all of you. It is a 12-minute. So when the patient is sitting in your consulting, they'll see that silent cartoon. I've made everything what they have in their life and what they should do in that cartoon. It was really a lot of effort, a lot of members, which we have done. And last, before I give it to our respectful sister Shivani, when I started this program, I always wanted to reach out to people. So I started the Nari Swasthya Jan Andolan Yatra. It was a yatra I started from Rishikesh on 28th of November. I traveled 4,000 kilometers. I covered 21 cities, 5 states. Rishma बोली पागल हो गया तू मर जाएगा. So, but I said no, I want to meet many of the societies. I went for the first time. Aligarh, Jamshedpur, Dhanbad. Dhanbad में मैं माइन में गया 1700 feet down. But you know, just before I wrap up, धनबाद में मैं गया, बोला मेरे को माइन में जाना है. बोले नहीं अलाउड नहीं है. मैं बोला कौन है गायनेक इधर का? गायनेक का पावर बताता हूँ. गायनेक ने फोन किया, माइन में अलाउ किया. अब समझ गए, बिकॉज सबको डिलीवरी किया था उसने. So anyway, I am very happy today that we have integration, and that integration will obviously, of course, we can't. ये जो राम राज्य है कि अरे 100% pregnancy rate तो नहीं हो सकता है. We must also think at some point adoption will have to be. So integrate that in your thought process कि 3-4 साइकिल फेल हो जाएगा तो adoption भी कर सकते हैं. बहुत लोग भी है जो adopt करने लायक भी है. तो anyway, I'm very happy today, and I hope that this will continue because continuity is important. Next president and next president and next. हमारा और एक इंडिया का बड़ा प्रॉब्लम कंटिन्यूटी नहीं है. वो ऐसे उसने ऐसा किया मैं उल्टा करूंगा. ये जो प्रॉब्लम है ना वो निकालना बहुत जरूरी है माइंड से. कंटिन्यूटी, कंसोलिडेशन, कंटिन्यूटी, इंटीग्रेशन, भाईचारा, all that are very important things that we must look at when we exist in our life. Thank you very much. And I must say, Shubhada, you have been great. I mean, I don't want to take, but Nandita has been always my business partner since 95. And she is a very happy person, positive. That's very important in life. And all of them are my very great friends. And I'm very happy to be here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your sweet words. Now, I would like Sister Shivani to felicitate our President SR, Dr. Nandita Palshetkar.
स्वागतम स्वागतम शुभ स्वागतम स्वागतम शुभ स्वागतम स्वागतम शत स्वागतम स्वागतम शुभ स्वागतम शुभ स्वागतम.
Now, I would like Sister Shivani to felicitate our President Foxy, Dr. Rishikesh Bhai.
शुभ स्वागतम शुभ स्वागतम शुभ स्वागतम शत स्वागतम शत स्वागतम शत स्वागतम.
Now, I would request all the guests on the dais to take their chairs. Now I'll be inviting Dr. Monica to introduce Sister Shivani. Then she'll be continuing.
Good morning. Shivani Didi, we are so fortunate to have you in Bhopal. And she actually needs no introduction, but because I have to welcome her to Bhopal, I have to speak about her, and it is my proud privilege. Brahma Kumari Shivani has been practitioner and a teacher of Raj Yoga meditation that is at the heart of the teachings of Brahma Kumari's World Spiritual Organization since 1996. First telecast in 2007, he has a very widely popular television show, Awakening with the Brahma Kumaris, which has completed 2000 episodes and has been shown all over the world in many countries, with the help of which viewers can overcome mental stress, depression, addictions, low self-esteem, and even unhappy relationships. In March 2019, Brahmakumari Shivani Didi was awarded the prestigious Nari Shakti Puraskar, which is the highest civilian honor for women in India, for her role in transforming human behaviors. This award was conferred by His Excellency Mr. Ram Nath Kovind, the Honorable President of India. Since 2017, she has also been appointed as the Goodwill Ambassador by the World Psychiatric Association. For her excellence in empowering spiritual consciousness, she was honored with the Women of the Decade Achievers Award by ASSOCHAM Ladies League in 2014. Shivani Didi's TV show Happiness Unlimited is adapted into a book owing to its success, and this book has qualified into the Amazon Best Reads list and #1 bestseller in the religious and spiritual section. She is due to release her next book, which is called Being Love. Didi regularly interacts with her followers on all forms of social media and has traveled all over the globe in order to inspire people, delivered several thousands of talks. What she shares is simple, practical wisdom through diverse platforms, and these help to make our life so much better. I request Shivani Didi to deliver her talk. Thank you.
Om Shanti. Good morning. Screen बंद कर दें, सारी screen. One of the fundamental causes of stress, screen. आपको पता है हम इतने छोटे से हॉल में बैठे हैं, and here there was someone sharing with us. Some of us were looking at. Screen is okay if we are sitting in a gathering of 10,000 where you can't see the person. But in every conference, all hotels, 100 people, and then they go and put big screens. But in a gathering of 100, 200, why would you need big screen? Just asked once in a program, it is 250. I said, why do we need screens? And she looked at me and said, because it's there in every program. I said, so we're putting a screen because everybody puts a screen. Another cause of stress. We're doing most of the things just because other people are doing it. And if we don't do it, people will say, oh, उनके program में screen ही नहीं थी, पैसे बचाए हो. Need to pause and check everything that I'm doing, whether it's my thoughts, whether it's my words, whether it's my behavior. ये टीवी अभी भी ऑन है, कोई टीवी ऑन नहीं रखना. Every thought, every word, every behavior is our karma. Every thought, every word, every behavior is our karma. And every karma has a consequence. Every karma has a consequence. And when we see the consequence, we're not even able to connect it to our karma. So all the statistics that we're talking, all the stresses that we're talking about, these are all consequences of karma. 20, 25 years back, we didn't have the word stress. How many of you have not heard this word when you were in school? जो भी हम बोल रहा है उसको चुप रहने. He is doing his karma without realizing what is the consequence of that. It doesn't make a difference to him that people sitting there could be getting. But if my any karma is creating a disturbance energy on other people, I cannot be peaceful and happy. Because I am the cause of creating that disturbance in someone else's mind. I cannot have a happy, peaceful. It's not possible. It's not possible. So how many of us had the word stress when we were in school? So it's not history, you see. So we are the last generation which can tell the world, you know what? Stress is not a normal part of life. Because we have lived a life where stress was only in physics and not in the mind. And yet, this is where your moral responsibility comes in. Are you ready to tell the world stress is not normal? Because the scientific community has to say it. But how will you be able to say it to them? When will you be able to say it to them? Not by reading it in the books, but by living that life. If I am living a life where stress is a normal part of my life, anger is a normal part of my life, fear is a normal part of my worry, jealousy, agitation, irritation is a normal part of my life, then you cannot tell those couples who come to you that, you know what, be easy, be relaxed, be. They'll say, डॉक्टर साहब कैसे पीसफुल? आप बोलेंगे हाँ हाँ मुझे पता है बहुत मुश्किल है लेकिन आपको रहना ज़रूरी है. It won't work. It'll only be theory exchange. And they already know the theory, as if they don't know. As if they don't know that stress is not good. And it's not only in this stage. Stress is never good anyways for anybody. Post-COVID, there has been a 30% rise in mental health issues in our country. And a large number of that is anxiety and panic disorders in children. Most of them, almost all of them, did not have COVID. And then when we talked to them, was there something that happened in your family? No. Did anybody lose a job? No. Did you lose a family member? No. Did COVID come into your house? No. Then what is the reason for this anxiety and panic disorder? The reason. School going children. Suicide rate has increased 17% this. Personally, in the last 2 months, on an average, every week, I am meeting one parent, child chose not to live. Earlier, I would meet one in 6 months. I'm meeting one every week for the last. Suddenly, it's like a wake-up call. What's exactly happening? What is happening? And reasons as trivial as Papa ne डांट दिया, as trivial as that. 15-year-old children, 16-year-old children. What do you think is the reason? Because everything that we talk about becomes very hollow. It becomes very hollow. All the effort that a parent has put into their life for themselves and for their children, they cannot live life anymore after this happens in their house. One, the loss of the child is the biggest suffering. When a child chooses not to live, how does a parent live after that? The guilt, the social stigma, the way people look at you. So where did the parent make a mistake? But they were doing everything. So what's the reason? Because you'll have to go backward. You'll have to see what is the present, see where is the cause, work on the solution there, and then change the future. So we are not just talking, okay, the rate has to increase and more. It's not just that. There's no point increasing the rate of stressed and depressed people in the world. Just children or happy children? Just children or emotionally strong children? Just children or mentally healthy children? So not just children. Don't consider that as an achievement. Achievement is when they are emotionally, mentally healthy for a lifetime, and the seed of which is sown. That is why when the Garab Sanskar project was started, that's the aim. Because as doctors, which was our priority and which is extremely important, to focus on the physical health of the mother and the physical health of the baby in the womb. But this present era, especially in the cities, the rural area, yes, they still need to be taught so much about physical health. But if you look at in the cities, they know most of it, and otherwise you're guiding them. But in the cities, it's the emotional health which is a crisis. And so when we say hyperactivity in children have increased, on 1st of April last year, it is World Autism Day. We were with doctors. They said, don't know why, suddenly autism has increased. Why? So you will look for all the scientific, physical reason behind it. There is one more subtle reason which is working along with it. And so that's why both have to go hand in hand. But we cannot talk to people about the stress. We cannot talk to people about always being light and happy if we are stressed. It's not possible. It's not possible. One, you won't be able to say it with conviction. You can't say it with conviction. Second, you're not radiating your vibration. So if you speak it from here without living it, they will listen from here and not live it. They will nod and say, ha, ha, ha. And then they will go back and home and say, how is it possible? Stress is part of life because you believe that stress is a part. So emotional health is the only thing that cannot be radiated to another person through theory. Similarly, parents are not able to radiate it to their children. And so the biggest cause of stress in children, which then results into anxiety and panic disorder and mental health issues and choosing not to live. And you ask a parent, what is the cause of stress in children's life? And they will say, oh, education and competition. That is not the cause of stress in children. What is so stressful in education? Things have become so simple. Things have become so simple. Go back 25 years back, how you studied, and see how children are studying today. It's become easier or tougher? Easy. Earlier for us, if you don't listen to it in the class, it's over. You won't get it again. Here to they study before and go into the class and they'll ask the teacher even what the teacher doesn't know. How has it become tougher? Earlier, when we gave exams, so for me personally, ICSE 3-year syllabus, 8th, 9th, 10th syllabus, board exam in the 10th standard, Monday to Friday. 2 exams in a day. So 8 a.m. you enter the school, 4 p.m. you leave from the school. And next day you have 2 subjects of 3-year syllabus. You can't even turn the page. You can't even turn the page before the day of the exam. And Monday to Friday, finished. Monday to Friday, 10 exams, 3-year syllabus, and we did not have stress. And these children are giving 1-year syllabus, 1 exam, 1 week holiday. And then 1 exam. Now next is after 10 days. And they're saying it's stressful. And they're taking anti-anxiety medicine before a board exam. And so what did the education system do? They're going on reducing the pressure. नहीं हमारे बच्चों को बहुत स्ट्रेस है, प्रेशर कम करते जाओ. You can reduce the pressure of the education system. Will you be able to reduce their pressures of life? No. And that's why they don't have the strength to cope the pressure of life. And suddenly when life throws to them something which is not their way, no strength. I don't want to live. Because I don't have the capacity to face something which is not my way. Lack of emotional health. So COVID was suddenly a situation which was not my way. So a child, even though they are safe, secure, everything is their way, life is suddenly not their way, they don't have the strength. Second reason, 2 years, the planet was full of fear and anxiety. It was in the air. It's a pollution. The children, low emotional immunity system. They just got it from the air and they were creating that anxiety. And so who's going to take care of this? Who's going to take care, and at which age does it start? At which age does it start? Which age does it start? From the womb. Now in your case, even before that. Even before that. With Garab Sanskar in the last 6-7 years. In fact, we need to do a study. 20 years later, we're going to study these children. We need to study these children. Right now, we can see a lot of difference in them. Because we really get to meet those children even today who are 4 years old and 5 years old. And their parents say these children are very different from other children of our friends that we see. But we have to see the future. Because it's not just in the womb and when they're born, but it's also because how they're nurtured while they're going through their teens. So it will have to become an environment of the family. अभी क्या होता है, those 9 months तो every parent is ready to do anything you tell them to. You tell them to do this, they will do this. You tell them. It's not about that. It is about that becoming a culture of their house, that becoming the way they live. Then you are creating children who can be 20, 25 years old, be in this world and be different. Be different. But it will start now. So Garab Sanskar is extremely important. It's one of the major factors of our sanskar in a lifetime. Today there are a lot of people who do healing. Healing. Not doctors, healers. Emotional healing, aura cleansing. And for an ailment in the body, they clean the energy of the person. And in most cases, when they talk and they find out and they check the energy, the cause is going in the womb. They said, oh, this problem started in the womb. This thing started in the womb. Started in the womb means the mother was going through something, or the family was going through something. Some stress, some anxiety, and 9 months हो गए भागते भागते. अब भागते भागते 9 months बीत जाएंगे तो बच्चा तो हाइपर ही होगा ना, और क्या होगा? So now look at the kids today and look at when we were children. तो हमें कोई बोलता था बैठ जाओ तो हम बैठ जाते थे, तो उठो तो उठ जाते थे, बोलो ये खाओ तो हम खा लेते थे, ये पहनो तो लेते थे. Today, child is constantly hopping, jumping, running around, and the mother is just running around. And they're going to run around like this for a lifetime now. So only had they taken care in those 9 months and not be hyper themselves, all this effort is saved. All this effort is saved. But to be able to share this and translate it into their life with conviction, it has to only come with experience. It cannot come with theory. It will not work. So, do you think your mind also has an effect on the couple? Couple's mind has an effect on the child, we know. Does your mind also have an effect on the child? Does your mind also have an effect on the child? Does your mind also have an effect on that parent? Your entire team, does their mind also have an effect on the child? It's a very collective process. We cannot pinpoint and say the couple has to be stress free. It's not just all of us have to be. All of us have to be. And most important, we're not doing this only for them. We need to do it first for ourselves. So is it possible to lead a life without? Don't know is good. But at least don't say not possible. Don't know is a good answer. I haven't done it yet, fine. But when, scientific community has said this all into the world. Stress is normal, anger is normal, fear is normal. This scientific community comes from the West. And it's in the books. It's in the medical books. Once something is there in the medical books, it is like, so stress is normal, anger is normal, fear is normal. Today, if you go out of this hall and say to somebody, I never get stressed, they look at you, not normal. It is that much, it has become a deep, ingrained, deep belief system. So when we create stress, the mind, which was calm and stable, suddenly shifts, right? It gets a little. So that is shifting from its position of ease. So it is a dis-ease. It is a dis-ease. Any emotion which shifts me from my calm and stability is a dis-ease, not a physical dis-ease, not a mental health issue, but an emotional dis-ease. And does stress, anger, agitation, and the list have an impact on the body? Yes. Anything which is not having a right impact on the body, how can it be called normal? So now it is the role of Bharat to share with the world that what is written in the books is not right. You ready to say that? Are you ready to say that? Yes. The world is looking towards this country and saying Bharat Vishwa Guru hai. It's always good to learn from each other. So from the West, we learned the power of science. We've learned so much from them. Shukriya to them. But they teach us the power of the outer world. Bharat is rich in the power of the inner world. That is Vigyan, this is Gyan. That is power of science, this is power of the mind. So what they have, they shared with us. We all benefited. What we have, we have to share with everybody. But for that, we have to start using what we have. The other day, somebody said, तुलसी की टैबलेट बना के पेटेंट करके हमें ही बेच रहे हैं क्योंकि हम खा नहीं रहे थे जो हमारे गार्डन में उग रही थी. हल्दी हमारे यहाँ से लेके उसको पेटेंट करके हमें कॉफ़ी बना के या वो मिल्क शेक बना के पिला रहे हैं क्योंकि हमें हल्दी का दूध अच्छा नहीं लग रहा था. But when it comes from there, everything sounds different. We know Brahma Muhurat 4 to 5 a.m. is the right time to wake up. But we don't wake up. And then they package it to us and they say the 5 a.m. leadership club. People are paying like just to learn how to wake up at 5 a.m. We need to know what the country has, how rich we are in our Sanskriti. Use that because everything that we have in our Sanskriti is actually emotional health. But maybe everybody who passed it down to us did not explain to us the science behind it and they just said, aise karo. And we said blind faith. Oh, experiment. Experiment with it. Experience with it. And you'll realize that it is the truth. Once you experiment it, it's called science. Science which is not visible, but science which is experienced. Science which is experienced. So which all emotions would go into an emotional disease category? One, stress. And this is anger, stress. Anything else? Jealousy. Very good. Hanji. Or? Hanji? Anxiety. Or? Comparison. हाँ, list बनानी है, emotional disease है सारी. Criticism. Very good. Or? Insecurity. Or? Hanji? Very good. Gossiping. अभी यहाँ बैठेंगे कोई उठेगा तो उसी के बारे में बात करें. And all this has been called normal. So when you are talking to a couple, you have to talk about all these diseases. Just stress is not enough. Because they come as a family. All weaknesses come as a family. All goodness will also come as a family. Because if you are stressed, you will get irritated. Because stress and the whole list means this inner power is weak. So call this like a battery here. That battery is spiritually called the soul, the energy, the light, the spirit. But it's a power here. So with any of these negative emotions, this battery is going to get depleted. And with all the positive ones, this battery is going to get energized. Does the mind affect the body? Yes. So now just to visualize that I am here criticizing somebody. Even if it's just in my mind, I'm being judgmental about somebody, I'm being critical about somebody. Will it radiate something to my body? Yes. I'm jealous of somebody. Will it radiate something to my body? If I'm feeling insulted, humiliated, hurt, will it radiate something to my body? Yes. And then we have all these issues. This is when all unnatural things are becoming common. People are not being able to sleep today. Natural thing. सो नहीं पा रहे, उठ नहीं पा रहे, उठ रहे हैं तो और सोने का मन कर रहा है. How many of you feel like sleeping when you wake? Yesterday I was at the airport. A lot of you were on the flight. Somebody said, what time is your session tomorrow? It's 7:30. 7:30? I said, no, you decided it. I did not fix the time. But 7:30 came as if we were saying 3:30. So why? We are not practicing the right sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene. And then we told the world, sleep more. किसी भी पूछो कहते डॉक्टर कहते 8 घंटा सो. क्यों 8 घंटा सोना है? Did our parents and grandparents ever sleep for 8 hours? Then why are we telling the world to sleep for 8 hours? Because somebody in the other country said it. because they are saying your lifestyle is wrong. So obviously, you will have to sleep longer. So instead of correcting your lifestyle, sleep longer. Even if I sleep 8 hours or I sleep 10 hours, if I have not slept deep, I will not get health. So it is not number of hours of sleep, it is quality of sleep. So please don't tell them to sleep longer. Sleeping long is unhealthy. It's unhealthy. What are you doing sleeping longer? You're only thinking more and more and more in that mind. The mind can go into delta's deep state of sleeping only for 2 hours in the whole cycle. We're just sleeping longer. Look at it on a Sunday morning, sleeping longer. Is it more energetic that day? But we still say, no, Sunday, Sunday. Mujhe uthana nahi hai, tomorrow Sunday, Sunday. And we sleep longer. But that whole day looks very groggy, very lazy, very lethargic. But we called that also normal. We said Sunday is a lazy day. Okay. Sunday was supposed to be a holy day. Holy matlab? Holy matlab a higher vibrational day. We made Sunday even a more lower vibrational day by first thing waking up late. So sleeping longer is not healthy. Sleeping deeper is healthy. So when we are talking to our patients, we cannot keep using the word only stress, stress, stress. All this is stress. All these, you will have to write to them. You cannot criticize anybody now for the next 1 year. Make a list. You cannot criticize anybody for the next 1 year. You cannot compare yourself with anybody for the next 1 year. So for which you quit social media for the next 1 year. Put everything. They will agree to do anything right now. And when you say it, so it is like doctor ne bola hai, that is done. And if they do anything for 1 year, realize how beneficial that is, they might probably adopt it forever. Just before going to sleep, we scroll our social media handles. And which means the last thought before sleeping is, oh, they are so happy and look at my life. They are on a holiday and look at me, what I'm doing. Subah se raat tak kaam hi kaam. And I go to sleep with this thought. So I go to sleep with the thought everybody else is happy and me, look at her husband, see what he's doing, and look at my husband snoring next to me. And we go to sleep with that thought. You don't even know that couple who's posting those photos are actually with a counselor talking about divorce. But we will consume that content, create that emotion, and go to sleep. And during our sleep, that emotion goes into the subconscious, and that emotion radiates to the body for the next 6 hours. So stress is a very simple word. It's not just stress, it's a whole lifestyle change in a very big way that is needed. But it will need to begin with us. So you're ready to change your lifestyle? Yes, not a favor to them, but for ourselves. Okay. First lifestyle change. Stress is given by a very simple formula in physics. Pressure divided by resilience. Pressures are increasing. But do you think in the coming times pressures will reduce? No. Resilience, the denominator. Stress is not equal to pressure. We say work pressure, travel pressure, parenting pressure. Nowadays, parents call parenting also stressful. I asked them, what is the cause of your stress? It's parenting. I said, don't say it in front of your child. Because then you go into the other room and ask the children, what is the cause of your stress? They say parents. I have seen this personally. When one says the other one is the cause of their stress, the other one says parents are cause of. The most beautiful relationship is saying that the other is the cause of my stress. Foundation is a relationship of unconditional love and acceptance. I started saying that the other one is the cause of my stress. Because we made this word so casual and this word so normal, so they just go and put it and pointing it on anybody and everybody like. So the first thing, sleep hygiene. Sleep hygiene. What is the right time to sleep? Take a paper when you go back Monday and write a prescription for yourself. You'll have to put your name on that first. Because as a doctor, we are not just doctors who treat illnesses, but we should be ambassadors of a right lifestyle. If a doctor does not live a right lifestyle, then you will have to live that right lifestyle, not talk about right lifestyle. So what is the right time to sleep? What is the right time to wake up? It's the Brahma Muhurat time. It's the highest vibrational time. Even that, what all you have to do in that lab, no, all that I don't understand technical, but do it between 4 to 5 a.m., better results. Yes, it's the highest vibrational time in terms of the air. All the negative thoughts have gone to sleep. Praying, meditation, chanting has started everywhere. It is the highest vibrational time. So whatever is very divine, please do it at that time. Open your lab at that time. We can't just keep telling them what they have to do to increase the success rate. We will also have to do certain things to increase. It's the highest. As the day progresses, you have to see it in your house and you'll come to know what's happening in. Look at what is the energy of your house 4 to 5 a.m. Then you see how it changes at 6 a.m. Then you see how it changes at 8 a.m. Then you see how it changes at 10 a.m. Exactly the same way it's changing in the country and in the world. If you want to do anything divine, it would need to be at that early morning. So the best vibrational time to wake up is between 4 and 5. And for that, by 10 p.m., we need to be fast asleep. Can we go to sleep by 10 p.m.? No, we don't try. We decide. Because tomorrow your parent couple will say, ma'am, I will try. You say, no, you can't try. We have to do it. We have to do it. And to sleep deep at 10 p.m., what time should I have my dinner? Will you be able to tell this to the couple? You have to eat by 6:30. Yes. Yes. They need an alkaline body. Body is acidic. An acidic body is the prime cause of what we are all talking about here. Unless they make the body alkaline, we will just keep talking about figures. And for alkaline body, I need to have an early dinner, a light dinner, and finish my digestion before I go to bed. If I finish my digestion before I go to bed, I need to sleep less. So I save on time. I save on time because I finished my digestion before going to sleep. So what is the incorrect lifestyle out into the world? Late dinner, heavy dinner, dinner with TV, or dinner partying. पार्टी कर रहे हैं, या तो काम कर रहे हैं, या टीवी के साथ है, या पार्टी कर रहे हैं. अपने आप के साथ तो कभी खाना ही नहीं खाया. जैसा अन्न है वैसा मन है, जैसा मन है वैसा तन है. So when you tell them a healthy diet, they also know it needs to be a healthy diet, but we will have to explain to them what do we really mean by a healthy diet. What would we write to them? A healthy diet. We can't just write proteins itne, calories itne. This is all what we learn from the West. Because the West says the food we eat creates our body. Indian Sanskriti says the food we eat first creates our mind. And then the mind impacts its body. And that's why even if I'm having the right diet, then why are there so many illnesses? Why all those news debates in the last 2 years which says, but I'm a vegetarian, but I've never had alcohol, but I go to the gym, but I do this, and still why a cardiac arrest? Then the doctor says stress. So it's incomplete to tell people right diet, exercise. It's incomplete information. So can we start telling people early dinner, light dinner? Early dinner, light dinner? Can we start telling people plant-based diet? Do you tell your people plant-based diet? When will you be able to tell them? When? When? We have to first experiment. Don't tell in theory. 3 months, experiment it for yourself and see what difference does a plant-based diet do to you. What difference does it do to you in the mind? What difference does it do to you in the body? Food, raw, then just boiled or steamed, and then cooked in a very, how you will eat here today, cooked with too much masala. The more we are moving away from the original, the difficult it's getting to digest. It's a simple law. तो दो शब्द होते हैं, पेट और प्लेट. जो चीज प्लेट से जितनी जल्दी साफ हो सकती है वो पेट से भी उतनी जल्दी साफ होगी. इट्स सिंपल. जो चीज प्लेट पे बहुत तेल वाली है वो पेट में भी उतना ही टाइम लगाएगी साफ होने के लिए. बॉइल्ड है, स्टीम्ड है, प्लेट ऐसे ही धुल जाती है, पेट से भी वो ऐसे ही धुल जाती है. तो ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, हेवी फूड, difficult to digest food, animal based product extremely difficult to digest. It is there in the intestine. Even though we feel we are clearing our stomach every day, it is not happening. So it is like that kitchen ka pipe. बीच बीच में ब्लॉक हो जाती है ना वो, बट हमें तो लगा पानी रोज जा रहा था, and suddenly one day we find it's blocked. How? Because every day a little remains in that pipe. Same thing is happening with the intestine. So unless we tell them healthy diet means easier to digest diet, they have to experiment with a plant-based diet if they want to create an alkaline. A non-vegetarian diet is not just unhealthy for the body, but also for the. What are the vibrations of an animal-based diet? There's fear. Visualize a slaughterhouse. वो वाला खाना देंगे. What is the emotion of a slaughterhouse? The emotion of a slaughterhouse: anger, hatred, panic, fear, violence, death. And doctors went and told the world, this is health. It is a big karma. Big karma to go and tell the world this is health. Tell them this is proteins, but don't tell them this is health. Two things are different. Earlier, when I used to go to a doctor, they used to say, oh, aap vegetarian ho. What a bichara feeling they would look at us. Oh, bichare kamzor, you are vegetarian. Half the people in the country are eating only because they say the doctor says we should eat. Don't you think this is going to become a very deep karmic account? Don't you think it's going to become a very deep karmic account? Giving incomplete information only because we studied it from somewhere? It is proteins, yes, we know. It is this B12, it is this D3, yes, we know, but it is not health. Two things are different. We have to tell them it is proteins, it is D3, it is vitamins, it's minerals, with a vibration of anxiety, fear, panic, violence, death, and difficult to digest. And so it makes your body acidic. Tell them, now let them eat whatever they want to eat. But if we just keep telling the world, this is healthy, this is healthy, this is healthy, and even those who don't want to eat. I know families where the child born prefers vegetarian because the soul has come with that sanskar. Okay? And the child will just throw away. It will just spit it off. But the parent will go on and on and on. उसको खाने में ऐसे मिला के, चावल में ऐसे छुपा के, ऐसे करके. Why? Because the doctor said healthy banana hai, strong banana hai, so you have to give. So moral responsibility. Today in the West, there are a lot of doctors who are openly talking about a plant-based diet. They're openly saying that for cancer, for cardiac issues, for this, go to a plant-based diet. If they are saying, shouldn't we be talking about it? करना चाहिए या नहीं करना चाहिए? So don't just say healthy diet. That's a very incomplete information. What do we mean by a healthy diet? और उसके लिए first we experiment. डरना मत. If I tell my patients, okay, vegetarian, they might change their doctor. Because patients prefer to go to the doctor who is saying what they like. So, if a patient goes to a doctor who says, रोज शाम को एक पी सकते हैं, heart healthy होता है, they'll go to that doctor only. They won't go to the doctor who will say, नहीं पीना चाहिए. That's okay. But work on your karma. One will go, 100 will come. If one has to go, one will go, but 100 will come. if you are doing your right. When Dr. Jaideep and Dr. Narendra started this concept of Garbh Sanskar, how much opposition was there in the beginning? Opposition from here only. And you are right, because you don't know about it. So when we don't know about something, we will obviously say, Ye kya hai? What is this doing in a medical conference? But today, you are able to do it only because they faced that opposition, they faced that resistance, but they stood by it. But why did they stand by it? Because they had experienced it. Unless we experience, we cannot stand with conviction against peer pressure. We will not be able to do it. So let's experiment with it, let's experience it, and then see what difference does it make to your body. Forget what difference it makes to your mind. Wo to amazing difference hai. What difference does it do to your health in terms of your body? Then you can show your blood reports to everyone. I have lately started experimenting even off milk. That has changed so much in my body. That has even changed so much in. At least experiment with a vegetarian. So we should always experiment. Don't get the result, leave it. But experiment, because your belief system is the belief system of many, and then it is the belief system of those children. If I am consuming food which has pain and anxiety, leave alone now what chemicals are being injected and all that too is another process. 2 years back, before COVID, WHO had given an article on this, that how much this is going to increase the rate of cancer in the country and in the world. So complete. So ready? Who's ready to experiment 3 months with a plant-based diet? Experiment. Don't say I'm quitting. Don't. Say I'm experimenting. That's why spirituality is very scientific, because you have to experiment, get the result, experience it. So today for lunch and dinner, over here, don't say from tomorrow. कल से नहीं हो सकता. जो भी करना है वो. Actually एक बात बताऊं, medical conference should never have non. कभी भी नहीं होना चाहिए. Doctors सारे इकट्ठे हुए. And you're going to have non-veg and alcohol in a medical conference. Hanji? You have to experiment with that and see. You have to experiment with that and see. Say we are ambassadors of a healthy lifestyle. We are ambassadors of a healthy. Okay, forget discussion on non-veg. Is there any doubt about whether alcohol is healthy or not healthy? So then why do we have it in a medical conference where there are only doctors? How will you tell other people to live a healthy lifestyle when it's there as a part of your conference in a public way? नहीं हो सकता. Don't worry if people don't come. No problem. Do your karma. Do your karma. Otherwise, children also talk like that. Na, मैं ये नहीं करूँ तो मेरे friends गुस्सा हो जाएंगे. So aren't we laying down the seeds of peer pressure right from here? Today, if a child is not on a social media handle, they are ridiculed by their friends in class. If a girl in school in 8th and 9th is not in a relationship, she's ridiculed. We've reached that stage. So how are they supposed to face that peer pressure if we cannot face this much peer pressure? So we are also putting the seeds there, no? So this is all our collective responsibility as a society. ये हमारी responsibility बन. Karma means even if you are the only one and the whole world is against you, if you're the only one and you're standing on the right, you are right. You are a leader. Tomorrow somebody else will join you. Don't worry. आप एक सिंपल एग्जाम्पल देखो. आप सुबह 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock के बीच में be on the road and there is a red signal. And many people will just cross the red signal. Who stops on the red signal between 4 and 5 a.m.? Will you stop? Will you stop? Okay. Next time आप देखना, you stop. First, somebody will honk at you पीछे से. They will like, अजीब लोग हैं, रुके हुए हैं सड़क के ऊपर. Because there's no police, there's no traffic, there's no CCTV. Why are you standing on the road? So they will honk at you. Now that is the time. Are you going to succumb to that peer pressure? And all this is happening in 30 seconds red signal. Huh? Are you going to succumb to that peer pressure? Or are you going to stand there because it is right? And then if they overtake you, they will smirk at you. Achieve look, kya? Smile at them with compassion. But stand there. One car will pass, two will pass, five will pass, 10 will pass. Then one who does not have the power to stand on the right will stand because they found one person standing before them. Your karma has a ripple effect. It will multiply to other people, and you will become instrumental for a lot of people being on the right because you had to be the first one to be on the right. And the first one gets the result of everyone else being on the right because you started that karma chain. It's a choice. Either we start the right karma chain or we go on endorsing what is wrong, but just saying, but log kya kahenge, to hum karte jayenge, to वैसे ही जीते जाएंगे और जीते जाएंगे तो destiny भुगतते जाएंगे. Ready to start a new thing? करने के लिए ready? Ready? So medical conference today and back in your city. Healthy lifestyle. When we come to Mount Abu for the medical conference, there's no non-veg, no alcohol, no onion, garlic also. Earlier, there used to be 20 people who used to come. Now, we have to stop registration within the first 15, 20 days that we send out the link. Now we have doctors who are ready to stay in the hotels outside and they say, let's just come for the conference because we don't have that much accommodation. But you have to start. Anything which is going to raise the vibration will not immediately get the support of everybody. But that is where your karma gets created. That is what is called a powerful mind. Then we will be able to have children who will also have such powerful minds and not children who will succumb to people. It's not just the role of the parent, it is our role. So late night parties, and if you want to go for a party, have your dinner and then go. Having a meal in a public gathering where people are gossiping, talking, criticizing, means you can't even imagine how polluted that food is what you are eating. We are a Sanskriti who knows that we have to pray before eating. We have to connect to the divine before eating. We have to energize before eating. Where 100 people are in the room talking all sorts of, all those words are in that food. We don't have to create stress. It comes to us through the food we eat. It comes to us through the food we eat. So one, no screens while eating. If you don't eat with screens, then tomorrow your parents, which means the expecting couples, they will not eat with screens. Then the child will not have to struggle in their life to how to de-addict from screens. Today every parent so helpless. हम क्या करें? हमारे बच्चे तो उसके बिना खाना नहीं. We have seen homes where the table is set like this. Here is the plate and here is that stand with that phone there. We are yet to see the impact of this. We are yet to see. We haven't yet seen that generation as grown-ups who are eating their food with screens right from the age of 2 and 3. Yet to see the impact of distracted eating on the mind, brain, and the body. So focused, mindful eating will need to be a must, not an option. Not an option. You have to tell those couples your phone and TV has to be off while eating. No negative conversations while eating. No problem discussion while eating. We have to have very peaceful, calm, silence or happy conversation while eating. Then that food is a healthy diet. Then that food is a healthy diet. In Ayurveda, it is taught that if you're stressed while eating, don't eat because that food will become toxic for you. Today, people are running while having breakfast. Lunch is at work. And dinner, because it is with family, they're discussing all their problems on the dining table. Actually, all 3 meals become toxic in terms of vibration. So just the word healthy diet is very, very incomplete in the present scenario. 20 years back, the word healthy diet was perfect. But today, it's not complete. And most important, when you say healthy diet, it's not just what we eat, it is what we watch, what we read, what we listen. Because that is our emotional diet. Who we are here is because of what we consume. So why are you having all these complications with couples? With it consuming too much content. 25, 30 years back, how many patients would come for IVF and today? What's the rate? How much has it increased in the 25 years? How much approximately? More than that. Earlier, we would hardly see an IVF center in our area. Like, ek koi kone. We were like, what is this IVF center? We didn't know also too much about it. Today, so you turn here, it is there. You turn here, there it is there. You turn it. And earlier, people would not even tell that we are going. It like stigma. Today, it's like accepted. When it becomes normal, numbers increase, it becomes accepted. It's a sign. That means it has increased. Very big reason. Very big reason. Reason for everything in the world. Cancer, diabetes, depression, divorce, substance abuse, the mind, and the mind affected because of content. 2, 3, 4 hours on screens throughout the day. Consuming lust, ego, greed, jealousy, comparison, violence, fear. Binge watching 10 episodes in one day. It's not possible to be. Not possible. So when you write the word diet on the prescription, it will be emotional diet and nutritional diet. 2 diets. Now incomplete if you talk only about food. Because people say, but I am having a healthy diet, not consuming the right content. Then spirituality means you add a healthy emotional diet, at least 15 minutes before you sleep and 15 minutes in the morning. Spiritual content, content which has faith, purity, compassion, happiness. When we say, I want to be happy, I want to be peaceful, I want to be cooperating, not competing and comparing, I have to consume that content. What we consume is what we become. So 10-15 minutes before going to sleep, 15 minutes before you go to your hospital, if you consume a healthy emotional diet, then being emotionally healthy becomes natural. Natural. Possible to integrate 10 minutes in the night and 10 minutes in the morning? Possible? Very simple. Very simple. So sleep hygiene. Now when you disconnect from negative content by 9 p.m., when you finish your meal before 8 p.m. and you disconnect, don't watch the news in the night. Don't watch it in the morning also. Hanji, when to watch? Ideally never. So again, go back 25 years back, it was the newspaper. This and this happened, this and this happened. Read the same thing as a news and see the impact on the mind and body. And then see the same thing with visual and audio impact, see the effect on the mind and the body. And then see the same news with a debate and see the impact on the body. So then it's no more just a news. It is not idhar aise hua. If we go to 25 years back, when we got our first news channel, when we had Doordarshan, and when they would read out the news, the biggest crisis would have happened somewhere in the world, and they will say, Aaj subah itne baje aisa hua. They were just supposed to give the information. So you're just conveying, this happened this way. But now it is not said, this happened this way. This happened, and then you know what, this happened, and this happened, and then that is not just what we are watching, that is who we are becoming. And it kind of creates a perception that the world is a big. Because nobody is going to put it in the news that yesterday 10 million people slept peacefully. Who puts that in the news? So you wake up in the morning and you pick up the newspaper or you're listening to the news and you said, oh, कल हमारी सोसाइटी में चोरी हुई. अरे but बाकी घरों में कुछ नहीं हुआ था कल रात को. And then our morning conversation with a cup of tea, which we don't know whether it's healthy or not healthy, it will be, आजकल चोरियां बहुत हो रही हैं. Information creates thoughts. आजकल तो safety ही नहीं रही है. Now, every thought I create, na, it is radiating to my body also. And my body is receiving vibrations of insecurity, fear, something wrong happened. Now we say like, but this is normal. Then the body is going to be normal that way because we are sending that vibration. So content, they have to be completely, extremely strict. You have to be even more than them because they are creating only one baby and you are creating They are creating only one baby and you are creating many, many, many. So their emotions will affect one child, your emotions will affect many, 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 many children. So don't say they are having, so they have to take care. We have to take care even more than them. So can you restrict yourself from content consumption? Yes? मुश्किल है? देखो आपने मुश्किल बोला तो you be ready. Monday morning they are going to tell you, मैडम बहुत मुश्किल है लेकिन you won't be able to say anything to them after. That's why it has to come. Even WhatsApp groups, you also have your doctor's WhatsApp group. If that conversation starts going anywhere towards negative, just come out from there. Come out means stop reading. Don't exit. Just stop reading. Everyone has got used to just giving their opinions about everything. बोलना ही है हमें कुछ ना कुछ. Long, long messages, critical, judgmental. Don't read. You don't need to read. We just keep reading like this without realizing this is impacting my mind and my body. पर इन्होंने क्या बोला, इन्होंने क्या बोला, क्यों जानना है हर एक ने क्या बोला है? पूरा सब होने के बाद एसेंस मिल ही जाएगा एक लाइन के अंदर. Essence of the conversation is one line, but the conversation goes on for don't consume. It's very damaging. Every word we watch, read, listen goes into our energy field, in our aura, and it's walking with us, and it's radiating to the patients, and then tomorrow it's radiating to their children. It's a society lifestyle change that we have to. So sleep hygiene, emotional diet, plant-based physical diet, spiritual content, make it compulsory. Don't think spirituality is something, no, it's just content. It's just words, and words which are high vibrational words. And when we consume these high vibrational words, they become our vocabulary. And it's very important for you to communicate in high vibrational words, even if you're telling them that everything failed. Nothing worked out. But even that can be communicated with the highest vibration and with high vibrational vocabulary if that has become a part of our vocabulary. But we have to consume that every day. And the last thing is meditation. Is meditation important? Yes. What will it do to us? It will calm our mind. And what will it do to us? Meditation will increase your intuition power. Meditation will raise your vibration. What you are doing is not just a scientific process. Your vibrations are working on that process. So to raise your vibration, like you work hard to update yourself with education, because we need to know everything, the new things we need to study. So like you constantly update yourself with education, with information, you need to energize yourself with high vibration, because whatever you do, it's a vibration. India is a country where any statistics, and now suppose this statistics is what, 40%, no? 40% or 35, 40%. Adopting the right healthy lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, not just say, healthy, all these steps, and integrating meditation into that. Meditation means the mind starts speaking less. That constant noise that is going on here is radiating to the body. Today, most people are saying, "Hamara man sochna hi band nahi karta." Overthinking. So, overthinking, what will it do to the body? All gossip is also reaching me, the body. So today, the entire day in the conference, no gossip. No saying, oh, aise, wo aise. No. कर सकते हैं? कर सकते हैं? कर सकते हैं. And if somebody else is speaking, refuse to listen. कर सकते हैं? कर सकते हैं to refuse to listen to something wrong about somebody or negative about somebody, about वो ऐसे हैं, वो ऐसे हैं, वो ऐसे. Let's talk about something else. So not just speaking is harmful, listening is equally harmful. Because you're consuming those words, they're going into your subconscious and they're reaching your body. गलती किसी और की होगी, but I'm radiating that to my mind and body by just talking about it. talk only about a solution. यहाँ ये है तो इसके लिए क्या कर सकते हैं. बट वो ऐसे हैं, वो ऐसे हैं, वो ऐसे हैं, वो ऐसे हैं, उनको ऐसे नहीं करना चाहिए था, उसको ऐसे करना चाहिए था, ऐसे करना चाहिए था. Just tell yourself, my body is receiving all this gossip. How will it be healthy then? So today, no gossip, no anger. Anger तो खा रही क्या करना है? गलत ही नहीं हो रहा तो क्या है? Vegetarian, vegetarian, vegetarian. बाकी चीज़ों के बारे में तो हम बात ही नहीं करते, वो that is not part of our vocabulary also. Simple. And this is all very simple. And ये इतना simple है, हमें सिर्फ करना है. And within 1 month, you will see a shift. Not 1 year, 1 month. You will see a shift like this. And that shift you will directly see within 6 months on your work. Right, Dr. Jaideep? Will you see the result on your work also? 100%. Who I am is what goes to work. I rise, everything over there will change. Your figures will change, your statistics will change, your wellness of the patients will change, and of course, the future, that child, wo to we have to see the result. That we are not going to talk in theory, we are going to talk practical that also. 10 years later, you will have to see those children. Are they different from the other children? Then 20 years again, we will see those children. Are they different from the other children? Then we will say this is scientific. Till then, we will say we will do it. The parent will do it. Then we will see the result in children. But हमें करना है. So meditation. Don't think that meditation is difficult. हमसे होता नहीं. Meditation has to be learned. So wherever you're staying, whichever city, town, wherever you're staying, within your 3 kilometers radius, there will be a Brahma Kumari Raj Yoga Meditation Center. There has to be. And the sisters are always available to share it with you, whichever day you're free, whatever time you are. They do that for everyone. Everyone. Whatever time, whichever day suits people, people come to learn. How much more easier than that can it? Can anybody make it more easier than that? Just walk in, just call up and say, I'm coming at this time. They are there. We learn, and once we learn, we start practicing it, start seeing our results. So we are a country which can become ambassadors of this kind of a meditative, we call this a meditative lifestyle. Meditation is not 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It's not about being calm and peaceful while meditating. It is being calm and peaceful while meditating and then remaining gradually in that meditative state throughout the day. Not like that us time's calm and then during the day. No. You will be in that state during the day. You want to be in that state during the day? And all this result will not just go to their children, it will first come to your children. Because when you create stress, when you consume stress of couples, when you come home, you are carrying that baggage of stress and fear with you. So, what the children of today are going through is one, low emotional health, emotional immunity, is a lot to do with all the adults around them. Their parents are coming home very stressed every evening. And their parents are radiating the stress to the children. So, giving the best of facility, but giving the lowest of vibration to the child is the cause of what we are seeing today in the children. So it is not just they and their children will benefit. First, you will benefit, and second, first, your children, which means your family will benefit. Just create power and go home, and you are empowering your family. Then that's a ripple effect. So let's start the journey for ourselves. Start the journey for ourselves. If you connect online to this program, you will tell your parents to connect, but also connect yourself. Connect and check, what are they teaching? What are they talking about? How useful is it? How scientific is it? Is it practical? You should know before you tell it to your patients who come to you. You should know it first. उसको सुनो, उसको check करो, उसको evaluate करो, उसको experiment करो, experience करो. Then share it with the world. This is not going to remain just in the country. This is not going to remain just in the. This is going to go to the world. Are we ready to take it to the world? Don't you feel like sharing with people who are in pain? There's so much pain all over. with mental health issues going on the rise, they are going to go like this. It's going to go like, not going to go dhire dhire na, very fast. Because emotional health not taken care of, then mental. So we are not going to be working on the mental health issue. That's another fraternity, but we are going to work on the emotional health issue, and emotional health is a prevention of mental health. It's a prevention of mental health issue. So we need to work. Let's take a minute of silence. Every night before you go to sleep and every morning when you wake up, create a few affirmations. Like you just saw affirmations for the parents, we also need to have affirmations for ourselves. It's called the law of attraction in the West, but in Bharat, since thousands of years, it's called Sankalp se Siddhi. कोई भी संकल्प जो हम बार बार repeat करते हैं, it manifests. The law of attraction teaches us, oh, you want a car, create an affirmation. You want this, you're not talking about creating anything over there. Talking of, you want to become peaceful, create a sankalp. You want to be caring, create a sankalp. You want to be healthy, create a sankalp. So let's note down 10 sankalps. Let's record it quickly before we do the meditation. Just record it so that you have it with you to start doing it every night. And then, of course, the program will share with you the sankalp which are to be given to the parents. But you will be able to give it only if you've seen the benefit. First sankalp, I am a powerful being. I am a powerful being. I am calm and stable always. I am happy always. I am fearless. I am confident. Fear means hoga, nahi hoga, kaise hoga. All that also we have to remove. I am fearless, confident. I am an instrument of the divine, an angel for the world. An instrument of the divine, an angel for the world. My mind and body is perfect, healthy always. Body is perfect, healthy always. In case any health issue, create a specific affirmation for that. Let's say blood pressure not normal, then create an affirmation, my blood pressure is normal, and give the figure. Now this is what is going to be used for the parents. They will be giving specific affirmation of what they want their body to do. The body listens to the mind before anything. So give a specific affirmation for any physical health issue. Then an affirmation for our relationships. I accept people, people accept me. All my relationships stand on a foundation of trust and respect. I accept unconditionally. And then create an affirmation for your work. So now you will have to word it right. I don't know what the word would be, but whatever you want, like, how many people you are seeing right now, how many those processes are going on in your lab, you have to create an affirmation for that, that each one is manifesting into the desired result. And the wordings you have to put for that. And your success rate is, which means creating the miracle. We don't even call it success, we call it a miracle. It's a divine miracle. The success rate is how much? Satisfactory. Satisfactory to bhi bhi hai. Higher, higher, higher. Success rate is 100%. Can you say that? Say that. Sankalp se siddhi means don't talk about what you are seeing. Talk what you want to see. Sankalp se siddhi is based on Sankalp se srishti. What we think happens. What we do is we talk what is happening. So if we keep on saying success rate is 40%, success rate is 40%, success rate is 40%, there cannot be a bigger affirmation than this. And you go on saying 40%, 40%, 40%, 40%, and you keep it at 40%. So that is the rate right now, but we don't want that rate to continue. So whatever you want to see, say the divine magic is 100% certain. वो हुआ ही पड़ा है. ये भी नहीं बोलना होगा क्या नहीं, वो हुआ ही पड़ा है. Certain. It has to become our vocabulary in the mind and in our words, and then make them speak that vocabulary. Not just say it as an affirmation, make them speak that positive. तो हुआ ही पड़ा है डॉक्टर साहब, ये तो हुआ ही पड़ा है. Instead of saying डॉक्टर साहब होगा कि नहीं, ये होगा नहीं, वो हुआ ही पड़ा है. Certain. Then last affirmation, God's power and blessings is a divine circle of protection. Divine circle of protection around me. Now draw that divine circle of protection around that lab where that magic is happening. That's it. 10. And then now you can add whatever you want to this. The result is, instead of saying I am stressed, we're saying I am happy. Instead of saying I fear whether it will happen or no, we are saying I am fearless and confident. I'm calm and stable. I'm an instrument. I am just an instrument. And my body is perfect and healthy. Okay, thank you. You could have high energy words playing in that lab where all this magic is supposed to happen. We have seen the power of high energy words. There is a project in the Brahma Kumaris which is called Yogic Kheti. Kheti. We go into the farms and meditate for 30 minutes in the morning and 30 minutes in the evening. Right from the seed. So first the meditation is done with the seed, and then while it is growing. And the results are to be seen, to be believed. The color, the size, the taste, the energy. So if we can meditate on that seed, shouldn't we do it on this seed? Yes. And then have high energy words playing in that lab. How prasad is cooked in the temple, in the gurdwara, high energy words are playing. That changes the vibration of what is getting created. Have high energy words playing in your lab. Very softly. It's not going to disturb anybody, but it is high vibrational energy while that magic is happening. So even if you just have the word Om playing in your lab, it is a high energy word. So choose whatever you like. Any high energy word, any prayer, any chanting, whatever you like, but have high energy words playing in that. That itself will change the whole energy of what is happening there. That will create results. So we will say these affirmations just before going to sleep. We will say these affirmations just when we wake up, 20 seconds in the night, 20 seconds in the morning, and you can say these affirmations, or you should say these affirmations just before your meal, that you change the vibration of the food. Now you'll go for breakfast from here. You don't know who's cooked for you. So you suddenly decide today, I'm not going to gossip, I'm not going to get angry, but the person cooking for you could be gossiping while cooking. Hotel means how many people cook together. So one, they're gossiping, then they're shouting also while cooking. And they're cooking in a very hurried way. So whenever we eat in a public place, we need to know how it's been cooked. And now you eat that, and suddenly you will find yourself hurrying. It goes direct. This is called emotional infection. So just before eating, like you wash your hands, just pause and look at the food and say, I'm powerful, calm and stable, I'm happy, I am fearless, I'm easy, I have lot of time, and I'm perfectly healthy. Just 5 seconds and you've changed the energy of the food. So whether it's now in a public place or whether it's in a hospital, because there also energy is. And these simple practices will take your vibration up there. That will raise their vibration, and together we create a beautiful world. The Kalyug cannot go on like this. We are transitioning into a beautiful world which is called Satyug. But Satyug has to be created. Satyug gets created by creating Satyugi vibration, which means golden age vibrations. Take a minute of silence. Just decide for yourself. We'll keep it silent. Just decide for yourself, what are you going to start implementing from today and now itself to raise your vibration, to make your mind not just calm and peaceful, but intuitive. Silent mind is intuitive, divine, high vibrational, creative. powerful, power to stand for the right, even if I'm lonely. Experiencing deep sleep, healthy diet, in terms of what I watch, read, listen, eat. Huh?
Om Shanti. I have the greatest pleasure in proposing the vote of thanks in just 1 minute. First of all, at the outset, I would love to thank the Supreme Healer, the Supreme Surgeon, the Almighty Vaidyanath for making up so wonderful, so beautiful, so divine, so tranquil. So thanks to the Almighty. On behalf of the Brahma Kumaris Medical Wing, my sincere thanks to Dr. Rishikesh Pai, President Foxy, to Dr. Nandita Palshetkar, President SR, for giving us this wonderful opportunity for doing this spiritual service. My sincere thanks to most respected Sister Shivani. Can we acknowledge her presence? Thank you very much. She landed yesterday in Bhopal afternoon and she'll be immediately flying back to Delhi. So she just came for this particular program. Thank you, Benji, for your valuable words of wisdom. I would also love to thank Neeta Didi and the entire team from the Brahma Kumaris Sukh Shanti Bhavan for being so grateful and helping us to organize this program. We have a message from Neeta Behenji that all of you are most welcome today to join for a spiritual get together at Sukh Shanti Bhavan today evening at 7 to 8 p.m. And also, if possible, just have a visit since you are in this beautiful city of Bhopal tomorrow morning 7 to 8, or as per your convenience. You can just Google it out. Shuk Shanti Bhavan, Brahma Kumaris. It's in Puja Colony, Neilbird Colony. If you need any help, Sister Vaishnavi would be here. She will guide you. If you want, you can note her number 9158 927 937. She'll repeat 9158 927 937. My sincere thanks to Dr. Shubda Behan and all the holistic team for being so active for the last 24 hours. Last but not the least, my dear wonderful audience, you have been such a beautiful audience. All of you, the ambassadors of the Almighty God, ambassadors of health, have been so coming early morning program, so successful. Thank you very much. Om Shanti.
All right, we'll get started with our scientific program. Quickly looking at the